SGC here, and we are back with The Walking Dead Talk the Walk Season 5, Episode 7. So here we are, the episode before Episode 8, which is the halfway mark. I don't know what's gonna happen. But now we're back together with everybody. We jump back and forth, and this is the thing I hate the most about The Walking Dead. It doesn't know how to handle so many freaking characters, especially when it jumps back and forth. And the editing, or not even editing, the way that they jump back and forth, like the sequencing is just like, I don't care. You made me care about these characters, and now you make me jump. It's just like, just give me a conclusion, or if it was 3 separate segments for each person, I would have been fine. Because, I mean, some of them don't even connect. Like Carl and Company and Maggie and Company, them on being on the highway. The only people that connect is probably Beth and Rick. Where Rick is storming the front and everything. And, yes. For some reason, let me address this. For some reason, everyone has grown on me in terms of their acting, as in, like, I feel more comfortable with the acting, their delivery is better, but for some freaking reason, Maggie and Steven Yeun cannot sell me. It just feels like they're acting all the freaking time. Well, actually, no. Everybody in Maggie's segment feels like they're overacting. It's just like, everyone's just stereotypically bad and cliched, and it's just like, macho-ness to the max. I don't know if they're trying to pull that off, but it doesn't feel authentic whatsoever. Whereas Beth, Carl, Rick has been great. Like, I'm talking about their parties. Beth and her, like, just figuring out what to do with Carol being here, and then Carl being at the church and talking to the pastor dude and what's her face, and then Rick and his company saving Carol, sort of thing. It was fine. I'm totally fine with that, but for some reason, Maggie and Company just can't sell me on their acting whatsoever. So I don't feel the authenticity or the very fact that they're going back to them and talking about them. I'm like, no, I don't care right now. Just give me Beth, Rick, or Carl. And yeah, so there's that. And there's another thing that totally killed me for this episode was when Daryl was fighting that cop dude and there was like a zombie on the floor. And seriously, there's a zombie chomping off his teeth right beside your head, and you blindly grab for his head, and like, for some reason he doesn't bite you, and you can stick up his nostrils and rip off his head and totally be fine. Like, that was just lame. I felt more like, oh my goodness, when they were fighting and then he was just pushing the guy towards the zombie, but rather it was just stupid. Like, why would you randomly search your hand blindly? Like, this, I would say, is totally worse than Ninja Zombies. Because I know what Ninja Zombies, like, are setting up for. Great scare, or just like, someone's gonna die. But this is just stupid choreograph. As in, like, hey, you know, don't bite my fingers now. Like, seriously, that was just stupid and lame. And then also, we also got, what? The cops, like, rounding up, or being rounded up by Rick and Company, and then also that ending was just lame. I mean, the only guy that thinks, the black guy thinks that the only guy is a nice guy, and he becomes the enemy, and he's just horrible, and like, why would you go scoping out and have him sit, like, handcuffed, but just free, technically? And that's what happens. He can own you into the glass. And that's what happened, and obviously, I can't wait for episode 8, for sure, that is a thing, but I was just very disappointed with this entire episode in terms of just the pacing and everything. Like, sure, you would say, hey, you've been hating on Walking Dead all this time. Yes, I have, but I always have hope for it to be better. And the last few episodes, I really did enjoy, because they know how to do character stuff when it's within, like, 3-4 characters or a new sort of setting. But when you have freaking, like, 15 characters to jump around with, they don't know how to handle it properly. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this Talk to Walk, Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 7, and we're almost on to Episode 8, and we'll be back shortly, and that is all. Out!